CliffsListConventions.com. Frank helps adult boys turn into men.
You're listening to Frank Talks Pleasures and Lifestyles. I'm Frank because I have to be. It's a Frank first. We got cut off for the very first time while we were live on air, and it was bound to happen. Unfortunately, it happened to Will, our guest for today. Will was on the CliffsList Convention. He's got his own products. He has his own website, youaresoinmyway.com. Be sure to visit it. Let's get back to this interview. Will.
What's up?
All right. We were talking about the idea that guys are creating ridiculously high standards when they don't even have the level of game necessary to gain girls at such high standards, and they're using it as an excuse for creative avoidance. One of the things that I do is I do seminars for adult male virgins, and this is a typical telltale sign that you're dealing with an adult male virgin when he isn't dating anybody, and one of the reasons he's not dating anybody is that his standards are too high. And you were making some comments about that.
Usually when I deal with guys like that, I'm coaching someone in that respect, the first thing they have to do is learn to be more sociable. Learn to talk to everybody. Because if you can't talk to the fellas, you'll never be able to talk to the ladies. Most guys, they can't even interact with the guys. And fellas will usually answer anything you ask them. Because, we're guys.
So you're saying that a guy should just start talking to guys, get more comfortable with that, and then start approaching women?
Yeah, just to get more comfortable, period. Because, like I said, if you're not comfortable talking, just hanging out with the fellas, talking about whatever, imagine what it's like talking to a lady. And women are way more astute and pick up things 100 times better than we do.
100%.
Yeah, so they can tell if you're hesitant, if you're scared, if you got a lot on your mind, if you really don't want to talk to them, you're just going through the motions. They can tell all of that right away.
Well, we have a caller online for you. It's Robert from Toronto wants to talk to you, Will. Let's put him on air.
All right.
Hello, Robert. You're on the air talking to Will.
I kind of wanted to just ask Will if maybe the game that you're referring to starts before you make contact, and that you kind of have to have your confidence, and when you approach a woman, you're approaching the woman you're worth having.
Will, did you hear the question?
I think I got the gist of it. Basically, you're asking what part does confidence play in approaching the woman that you want to talk to?
Well, yeah, and like you're going to find a woman that you want to be with, and that after you've scored her, more or less, because you're really sort of talking about the initial dating process, that once you actually meet this woman, that you have something to offer, and that you actually have conversation and depth, and that there's more to you than just pickup lines.
Okay. So you're saying, how do you achieve that? Is that your question?
Well, I guess not really how do you achieve it. I guess you kind of have to have that, but if you could maybe kind of talk to the idea of how to get that in order.
Okay. Well, there's a bunch of things.
I'm going to hang up so I can listen to it, okay?
All right. Thanks for calling, Robert.
All right.
Okay, Rob, there's a bunch of ways you can accomplish that. Number one, confidence is, above all, the most important thing you can have, because women will pick that up right away. Another thing that you can use to help that out and put your game together is your wardrobe. Most guys, the clothes that they wear sends a switch that says attraction to off. Most guys, the clothes don't fit them. It doesn't fit what they're trying to do. They're not appealing. A lot of too much plaid I see out there. So your wardrobe and your shoes definitely help to make you more appealing. The way you approach. This is where confidence comes into play. How you walk up to a woman says volumes. If you walk up confidently and say hello, you can say anything, actually. It doesn't even matter as long as you walk up confidently. A lot of guys will walk over like they really don't want to go, like they don't want anyone to know that they're trying to pick her up or anything. It's a secret. Or they just walk over scared and hope it goes well. Also, you can do stuff to work on your inner game, such as look for things such as eye contact. So this way you can notice women that are noticing you, help make the game easier. You can also take the time to read and digest everything you can in reference to the game. I mean, it also helps to try and learn new things every day, or talk to other guys who are in a similar situation that you are, trying to improve their game.
Well, I have a question for you relating to confidence, and this is what Robert was initially talking about.
Okay.
If a guy has zero confidence,
Okay.
do you believe that if as long as he still goes ahead and he approaches and he's not really confident, but he does all the right things, do you think that he still might be successful?
With zero confidence, probably not. Even if he did everything right with zero confidence, that'll be the one thing that does him in.
And if he has maybe a little bit of confidence, not very much, but just a little bit, and he still goes in and he does everything right, do you think he's got a shot?
He has a better shot. Because the confidence is going to make everything else come alive. Like your words, your mannerisms, your actions. The question is, how do you build the confidence?
Exactly, especially when you don't have any experience. Maybe you've never even kissed a girl, and you're in your early 20s. What do?
If you've never kissed a girl in your early 20s, well, there's a couple kiss tests out there that usually work. If you get to that point where you can kiss a girl. For instance, one of my friends, David D., he told me about his kiss test where if you can touch and play with a girl's hair, she'll more than likely allow you to kiss her. And that one usually works pretty well. There's another one that's called the Tic Tac kiss test, and that's from my friend Craig, where he basically gives a girl a Tic Tac and he tells he's an Indian giver and takes it back.
Okay, I have to ask, does that work?
Yeah, it does, actually. I've tried it a bunch of times.
Now, do you run any game before that? Do you amp up her? Is she in the mood at that point, or do you just give her the tic tac at the beginning of the conversation, and within 5 minutes demand it back?
Well, it also starts with some light keno, meaning touching.
Okay.
I mean, when you first meet a girl, you have to let her know that you're just a touchy-feely kind of guy. For instance, you speak, you touch her shoulder, you lean in, you brush up against her, you touch her arm. There has to be touching in the beginning. Otherwise, if you don't touch her, when you start to do it, she's going to be weirded out because she doesn't see you as a touchy kind of guy.
All right, so from the beginning, you have to be a touchy-feely guy and not make it where you're very distant at first and then going in for touchy-feely. Is that what you're saying?
Your attitude has to be, this is going to happen anyway. I'm really comfortable with this. This is just how it is. It's just me.
All right. Now, something you said there I think is very key. You have to be comfortable with the touching initially.
Right.
Because
everything that happens, you have to be congruent with it. It's like you see guys that do things and you're amazed. To them, it's just normal because they're congruent with it. They expect this to happen. If you don't expect it to happen and you're not congruent with it, then it's not going to happen.
All right, we're talking about being touchy-feely, right?
Right.
Let's say you're going into a situation and a guy, he's still very new at this. He's not comfortable being touchy-feely, but he goes ahead and does it anyway. How can he avoid coming off like a creepy guy?
Okay. You can start with, by most women, when you introduce yourself to them, they'll offer to shake your hand. You can do